It has to be. You cannot let the Great Henge resolve. But now, we know that their blue mana is totally spent out. We'll pay for this. Auto pay. Immediate -7. Say, what? I think we'll be okay. I think we'll be just fine. Down to 11. Well, I think I might. Sarulf, the Realm Eater, I choose you. Hey everybody, welcome back, and thanks for taking the time out of your day to watch Hello Good Game. Whether this is your first video or you've been here on the journey for a while now, I appreciate each second that you spend here with me today. Make sure to like the video to help out, subscribe to the channel for even more content, and support financially on Twitch, Patreon, YouTube, or Amazon if you can afford to do so. Today, we have a very special deck for you guys today, revolving around what I think may be one of the most broken cards in Kaldheim, which is the one and the only Vorinclex Monstrous Raider. We do have a very nice combo with the Monstrous Raider here today, which is the Dream Devourer, allowing us to play it at a reduced cost, which is really, really cool. So not only that, but we've got some ramp in the deck, and then we're ultimating our Planeswalkers. We've got a Liliana and a Garruk to just immediately go ultimate, pulling creatures from our grave every turn, pulling creatures from our library every turn, so we get the best of both worlds, and we'll just flood the field with some really cool creatures. So we're going to get down and dirty, break down the details of everything, right? Look for the devil, breaking down the strategies, the synergies, everything that you'll want to know as a beginner or someone who's not played this deck yet, to be able to play it effectively and efficiently without too much struggle and learning curve. So again, thank you for your time and attention. Let's break down the deck. All right, you guys. Monstrous Dream is the name of the game today. A Golgari mid-range deck that, has the color combinations of green and black, obviously, if you're unfamiliar on that. And, this is definitely a mid-range deck. When we look at our average converted mana curve here, or cost, it's 3.6, and then our curve is just, like, pretty standard across the board, right? 22 creatures, 19 non-creatures, so a nice spread. And, yeah, so with that out of the way, we mentioned how we're revolving around Vorinclex, Monstrous Raider. This is a 6/6 with trample and haste. If you would put one or more counters on a permanent or player, put twice that many of each kinds of those counters on permanent or player instead. If an opponent would put one or more counters on a permanent or player, they put half that many of those counters on permanent or player instead, which is really cool. So it doubles your counters and it halves your opponent's counters. So first note, our Planeswalkers will come and play with double loyalty counters because they are loyalty counters. Our opponents will come in with half loyalty counters. That's great. Their +1 won't do anything, right? Our +1 will give +2, which is really, really nice. So Vorinclex is absolutely amazing with Planeswalker loyalty counters, but it's not only that we're synergizing around the deck. We also have creatures that have +1/+1 counters on it as well. So Vorinclex is the main get of the deck that really, pushes things over the edge. And, to get there, we are using the Dream Devourer. I mentioned this as well. This is a 2 CMC 0/3. Each non-land card in your hand without Foretell has Foretell. If its Foretell cost will be equal to its mana reduced by 2, which is really nice. And then whenever you Foretell a card, Dream Devourer gets +2/+0 until the end of turn. Monstrous Raider is a 6-drop. We Foretell it on turn 3. That allows us to play it on turn 4. Really, really, really nice. That's a 2 mana reduction. Absolutely amazing. Available to us through the Dream Devourer. Plus, we can start putting some of our other stuff as well. And, as we do fine-tune this deck, I believe we may remove some of our lower cost cards and bring in some higher cost, because the Foretell really is nice for reducing the cost of our permanents. So, speaking of some of those cards that we have in the deck now that we might want to remove, 2 copies of Heartless Act, instant speed for 2, choose 1. Destroy target creature with no counters, or remove up to 3 counters from target creature. So that's nice. We could easily sub this out for something like a Soul Shatter. That could be better. Still instant speed, and it's still going to cost just 1. And then the Foretell cost is actually being used to its full ability, because if you foretell a Heartless Act to push up your Dream Devourer, you know, you're just spending extra mana, whereas if we play more expensive removal spells, now we're kind of getting around that. And, you know, speaking of more expensive removal spells that help us get around it, Hagra Mauling and the Brood Pit in tapped adds a black source to our pool. And then finally, this spell costs 1 less to cast if an opponent controls no basic lands. Destroy target creature. Right? So it's going to cost 4, 9 times out of 10. We can cast it for 2. So, you know, just instant speed removal for 2. It's good, right? And now it is also a land. So, you know, if you want it to be kind of crazy and really rely on the Devourer, you could drop the Act and just go full Mauling. But again, you know, it's one of those things where we don't always have the Dream Devourer in our board state. With that all out of the way, we do have some ramp in the deck as well. Not that it's needed, but it does help to fix our color sources, and it also will fix us if we are bricking, right? So the Gilded Goose, a 0/2 with flying. When it enters battlefield, create a food. The food, we can pay 2 and tap it to sacrifice it, gaining 3 life. We can also pay 2 to tap the Goose to create a food. We can also tap the Goose and sacrifice a food to add 1 mana of any color. So a lot going on with the Gilded Goose, allowing us to consistently hit those heavier spells, and also, you know, being a very cheap converted mana cost creature to play on top of our Great Henge a little later on, we'll talk about as well. So, you know, we play a creature on our Henge, we get a draw, and that can kind of continue, which is nice, and the Henge puts counters on it. Vorinclex will put double counters on from the Henge, so that's really nice, and your Gilded Goose can actually become, what is it, a 2/4 flyer, which isn't bad, so very nice. It does good on the front end, ramping us there, and it does good on the back end, helping us draw, and it's a nice flyer that can put out decent damage. We also use the Jaspera Sentinel, a 1/2 with reach. We can tap it to tap an untapped creature we control to add 1 mana of any color. We will use this to tap our Dream Devourer, right? We can Sentinel turn 1, Devourer turn 2, turn 3. We put the Monstrous Raider into exile through the Foretell. And then, you know, on the next turn, if we didn't draw that 4th land, then we can use the Sentinel to tap the Devourer, making that mana for us, and then Vorinclex comes in play. We go from there, right? So, you know, just a little bit of mana ramp, and the same goes thing for the Sentinel. It's got reach, which is great, so it will be played on the Henge, and the Vorinclex will double the counters that the Henge puts on it, and we get the draw as well. Speaking of the things that Vorinclex will double the counters on, we've got Polukranos Unchained, 0/0, enters the battlefield with 6 +1/+1 counters on it. It escapes with 12 +1/+1 counters on it. You know, that's doubled, so the first time 12, the second time 24. Woof. If damage would be dealt to Polukranos while it has a +1/+1 counter on it, I'm saying +1/+1 too many times. Prevent that damage and remove that many +1/+1 counters from it. We can also pay 3 to have it fight another target creature. The escape cost is 6 plus 6 other cards from our graveyard to be exiled, which is, you know, not unreasonable, and a very nice creature, especially if you have a Vorinclex in play and plus its removal, right? Good times. Moving on, we have one of my favorite cards, Sarulf, the Realm Eater, a 3 CMC 3/3. Whenever a permanent an opponent controls is put into the graveyard from the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on Sarulf Realm Eater. At the beginning of your upkeep, if Sarulf has 1 or more +1/+1 counters on it, you may remove all of them. If you do, exile each other non-land permanent with converted mana costs other than, less than or equal to the number of counters removed this way. What? That is really low-end Universal Exile. This is a good card, you guys. We're going to see a lot of it being played. Sarulf, right? I absolutely love it. The fact that we can, you know, use the Monstrous Raider, some removal, and just like hypercycle counters and always be exiling everything they have. Really, really cool stuff here with the Realm Eater, and that's why we've got 2 copies of it. Moving on, we have a single copy of our Skyclave Ravager, a 0/0, entering the battlefield with 3 +1/+1 counters on it, obviously doubled with the Vorinclex. Whenever another creature you control dies, if it had a +1/+1 counter on it, put a +1/+1 counter on Grakmaw. That will be doubled. Whenever Grakmaw dies, create an XX black and green Hydra, where X is the number of +1/+1 counters on it. Nice, right? So, you know, it could be a blocker, and then it comes back as another blocker. Pretty easy. Moving on, we do have 4 copies of the first Iroan games. Now, the loyalty counters, or the lore counters, sorry, will be put on 2 at a time if you have Vorinclex in play. First up, create a 1/1 white human soldier token. Next up, put 3 +1/+1 counters on target creature. Next up, if you control a creature with power 4 or greater, draw 2 cards. Finally, create a gold token. So we can throw through this in 2 turns if we have Vorinclex in play, and that's really, really good. We have a single copy of the Draugr Necromancer for 4, a 4/4, and if another non-token creature an opponent controls would die, exile that card with an ice counter on it instead, which is great. It takes it from their graveyard, which is really good for you just as a general thing. And then you may cast spells from among cards in exile your opponents own with ice counters on them, and you may spend mana sources as though it were any mana to cast those spells. That's great. Moving on to our Planeswalkers. 2 copies of Liliana, Waker of the Dead. We talked about the immediate ultimate available through the double counters when the Planeswalkers enter if Vorinclex is in play. So it enters with 4. If Vorinclex is in, it enters with 8. +1. Each player discards a card. Each player who can't loses 3 life. -3. Target creature gets -X until the end of turn, where X is the number of cards in your graveyard. Finally, -7. You get an emblem with at the beginning of combat on your turn. Put a target creature card from a graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. It gains haste. This is really nice. And then, you know, finally, we do have Garruk as well. 4 loyalty, enters with 8. If Vorinclex is in play, +1, up to 1 target creature gets +3/+3, gains trample until the end of turn. -2, create a 3/3 green beast creature token. And then if an opponent controls more creatures than you, put a loyalty counter on Garruk instead. And -7, you get an emblem with at the beginning of your end step. You may search your library for a creature card, put it into the battlefield, then shuffle your library. That's absolutely amazing. You know, if you would put 1 or more counters on a permanent or player, put twice that many counters of each of those kinds instead. That's absolutely amazing. Unfortunately, the emblems are not counters. They are emblems. So don't get too excited about doing 2 creatures per turn. You can only get 1. But again, pulling them from your grave with Liliana, pulling them from your library with Garruk. That's why we have so many 1-ofs. A single Polukranos, 2 Realm Eaters, just because it's so good. A single Grakmaw, you know, a single Necromancer, a single Battle Mammoth, things like this. And then we also have a single Garruk the Cursed Huntsman, because why not? 5 loyalty, enters with 10 potentially. 0 to create 2/2 black wolves when they die. You know, loyalty counter on Garruk, which would be doubled up, which is really nice. So don't be afraid to use the 0 ability if you have Vorinclex in play, if you don't immediately need the -3/-3, because you'll get there anyways. And then -3, destroy target creature, draw a card. -6, you get an emblem with creatures you control, get +3/+3, and have trample. The nice thing about coming in with 10 is you can actually double -3. You can triple -3. So there's a lot of removal available there as well. To fill the deck up, we've got a Battle Mammoth, a 6/5 with trample. Whenever a permanent you control becomes a target of a spell or ability an opponent controls, you may draw a card. Foretell for 4. You know, it could be replaced with an Elder Gargaroth. I just wanted a nice 5-drop to help us about. 2 copies of our Great Henge. Now, we mentioned this earlier. A 9-drop. X less to cast, where X is the greatest power among creatures we control. Tap it to add 2 forests or 2 green to our pool. Gain 2 life. And then whenever a non-token creature enters the battlefield under our control, put a +1/+1 counter on it and draw a card. 2 +1/+1 counters if Vorinclex is in play. Again, really driving this home for you guys. 2 copies of Turntimber Symbiosis for 7 sorcery speed. Looking at the top 7, we get to pull a creature. If its mana is 3 or less, it enters with 3 +1/+1s. The rest goes on to the bottom of the library. I think that is it. The whole list has been explained. 4 Darkbore and Slitherboar pathways. We've got 7 forests, 7 swamps, and a Castle Locthwain for good luck. As far as strategies and synergies go, you know, we really covered it all. You want to get your mana ramp out, get your Devourer out, which, you know, is basically classified as mana ramp, and then you foretell things. The most specific being Vorinclex, right? You get Vorinclex in play, and then everything else is just straight up nuclear. You know, Polukranos is a 12/12 for 4, comes back as a 24/24, which is silly. You know, the Planeswalkers of probably our highest priority, because the minuses will just, you know, provide us for days with gas, and especially if we have the Great Henge in play, because those creatures will be re-entering, triggering the Henge, and it's just, oh my god, right? So even if they deal with Vorinclex, it's going to be coming back, right? Whether it's from our library or from our graveyard, not a problem, and then we'll be exiling our opponent's whole field state every time. It's like, as soon as they play anything, no, sorry, only high CMCs allowed, which is a lot of fun. So thank you guys for your time and attention. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share the channel to all of your friends. Watch more videos every day. That always helps. Support financially if you can afford to do so on Twitch, Patreon, YouTube, and by buying things through my Amazon link. You can find links for everything in the description below. The Linktree link has most of it. We also have Magic the Gathering Arena Assistant available for free to everybody on Windows. Download it, you guys. You have to have this. Every single person uses this, especially the Deck Advisor, in which you can see which decks you can play based on your personal collection without spending wildcards, and then, you know, see, you know, them based on how many wildcards you do need to spend as well. So really cool stuff for free to everybody on Windows in the Linktree link below. That's the MTGA Assistant. Thank you again for your time and attention. I really appreciate you guys. Enjoy today's gameplay footage. I had an absolute blast with this deck. Vorinclex is a beast with Garruk and Liliana. Oh my lord, is this ever powerful. So enjoy. It's on me. Take care, and we'll see you soon with our wrap-up thoughts. Some really important lifetime-changing news that you probably don't want to miss out on to close the video up too. So stay tuned, and we'll talk to you in a few. Our opponent goes first, but we have like a really nice hand. So turn 1, Sentinel. Make sure we're recording here. Turn 2, Devourer. Oh, we will need an untapped land. Oh, no, we won't. Turn 3, we've just foretell for 2. So the tapped land is actually ideal. Not ideal, but allowable. And the Henge is amazing off the top, too. Okay. Let's see if we can get away with it here. I mean, they've got a Cobra with a passage, so I don't know. I don't know how far we're gonna get. Right? 4 mana in play here. A Roiling Regrowth. Nice. A backup to 3. They could cast another Roiling Regrowth. Right when we're about to get a wicked hand, right? No way! Oh my lord and lantern. Up to 2 mana here. What do you think they spend it on here? A Gilded Goose. Stop it! 2 of them! What? I can't comprehend what just happened. What is this? What are these spells? Are they gonna Emergent Ultimatum us? There's a white there too. Prismatic Bridge, you dog. You dirty dog. I cannot even. Vorinclex in play. It's got haste. It's smashing here. I'm not doing anything about it. Down to 12. This pesky bridge, though. Oh, Teferi can phase us out. We need another green. Oh, no, we don't. We've got the Sentinel. But Vorinclex does shut Teferi down, right? So at least that's good. The +1 just doesn't do anything. So it's actually really, really saving us. They're not into it. They're just not into it. Wow. So they got so lucky, right? With all that ramp into the bridge, into Planeswalker for free. But it can't beat Vorinclex, right? We're using Sentinel and Goose on turn 1. Devourer turn 2. Turn 3, Vorinclex goes over. And turn 4, you can cast them consecutively every time, which is really nice. You don't necessarily need the Goose or the Sentinel, but it really does make everything more consistent. As you see, we didn't have the double green there, but we did because the Sentinel, and we would have because of the Goose as well. So, you know, we just kind of run that on repeat, get things like everything else in play after that, like, and roll out. So let's play some more matches. We're going first, and this is a lot of land and a lot of ramp, but we're just top decking our way to glory at this point. We said it backwards. We're so dyslexic today. Do you guys do that? Yesterday, my thumbnail, I even, oh, stop it. I, spelled turn, T-U-N-R, or whatever. Yeah, good times. I think we just hold out here. I mean, it's not like we're rushing to get anything else in play. So, let's just hold out. I'm sure there's removal here. They should take our Goose. They take the Devourer. We're not up to much. They can tap you. Oh, no, they can't. LOL. Garruk. Interesting. I'm gonna trim some land from the deck. Don't run 24 land. That's ridiculous. Throw a possibility, can do its thing. Just draw city. Nothing's left. Top deck. Should be making food this whole time. That could be worse. There's worse things to ramp unbelievably hard into. Right? Necromancer in play. That's actually kind of scary. Alright, they grab our Sentinel, which, you know, could be worse. They get a treasure. It's pretty awesome. Nice. Nice, bro. All right, chomp chomp, baby. I mean, it's good, but it's not a creature. Should we just save it and try to Vorinclex first? Or else they're just gonna kill it. I'm gonna leave it in case we need it. Right, if we get a Vorinclex, we'll have 8 land in play. 9, 10, 11. It's a 6 drop plus 4. No, we can eat it. I want to kill that Necro, but... I don't think we've got any more land in our deck. We've got 21 life. They're down to 2 cards. No. Okay, that's annoying. That's a key part of us winning here. We need to make a move, baby! Oh, the food token's the artifact for them. Nice. Good for them. That was OP tech. Let's see if we can pull another land to save the day. Alright, we're gonna drop a land or two. Because this has gone on too long. Grab our life. Down to 8. Wow! Jackpot, baby! Good grief! We go first. We have a total of 3 land, plus some ramp. Necromancer, which is cool, but no removal. I think we just keep it and never draw a land because we drew them all last game. Am I right? That's how it feels. I trimmed 1 land, I think. 1 or 2 lands we trimmed. So we're still curving out, which is good. I guess let's just get this guy in play for future use. Nice. Good for you, bro. So we really need that Liliana back. That's our turn. Play the Necromancer organically. Try to turn 5 this, and then get our Henge in play. They foretell with their turn. Field of Ruin in play. We lose our Sarulf. No attacks. We'll use the Symbiosis to dig later on, I guess. We're sitting on 4, 5 with the Goose, dropping 6. So we're ready to play our Great Henge. Ready to play Vorinclex. We'll see. Probably play Vorinclex first. We just need that Liliana back. We have a second copy. They bounced the Necro. And now they've got no counter magic up. Maybe we should have grabbed a mountain there, actually. Or a swamp. Oh, well. We'll do just fine. Oh, no, they get the second Liliana. It does not matter anyways. That sucks. How do you do this? How do you sleep at night? Alright, let's take the hit. There could be another unsummon. They can block. There can be a flash flyer. Not the death touch variety, though. Which is always good, so... You know, phase 1 complete. Crab's dealt with. They need to just use single target removal. Which I don't doubt that they have, right? There's probably lots of it. That needs to be countered. It has to be. You cannot let the Great Henge resolve. But now, we know that their blue mana is totally spent out. We'll pay for this. Auto pay. Immediate -7. Say what? I think we'll be okay. I think we'll be just fine. Down to 11. Well, I think I might. Sarulf, the Realm Eater. I choose you. That way we can just like mass exile all their stuff all the time. Behold the Multiverse, taking a draw. They're looking for an event. Okay, they're gonna take our Mauling. Right? To wreck Vorinclex, but we can just like grab another copy of him now that we have the emblem out already. Henge in play. GG's. Oh, we should have put it on our Goose. Right? And that's lethal. Whoa. You know, we're doing a little bit of work here. It's always nice to beat a half rogue player. All right, we're up at the helm. Keep 7. Let's see what they throw at us. A planes. And a speaker. Uh-oh. Well, that's not good. Maybe we can remove it with the Mauling. That's going to be our best bet, but I don't know. Maybe. If we get there. Pulling the 3rd land's really nice. Right now the Devourer's not only reducing the mana of things, but it can tap for mana too. Via the Sentinel. Oh man. Alright. Still not good. Let's just get a really nice body in play. I want to foretell these planeswalkers. I really want to foretell everything here if I'm being honest, but... Oh, nice. Not good. Right? We need to just fight the Hierophant as soon as our mana untaps. Which is what we should have done with Polukranos. I mean, we should be okay. Right? As long as there's no, mauled Skyclaves. And even then, we should still be okay, but it's just unpleasant then. Let's see what they're up to. Elropodon here. I mean, Garruk can just come and play. That's really easy for us. A land in play for them. Angel of Destiny. Now, isn't that interesting? We should have waited on that, I guess. We have 2 available mana. This needs to just come in play, I think. I don't want to sack that just to foretell something. Or do we? No. We should have waited to kill the speaker this turn with our Polukranos. That's a little bit of a misplay. Nice. Where's Sarulf when you need him? So this is like really bad. Only 5 mana. We should slay this thing, but these have double strike and are in the air. 2 in the grave only.
This curse, this promise, I need them gone. God, time's up.
No attacks. This is pretty risky. We need another removal on that other angel. Nice. That's so brutal for us. They should kill Garruk. We're just like super duper dead.
Run now, and I might spare your life. I grow strong. You grow weak.
We are the apex predators.
Alright. We get hit for, you know, 11 here. $12, $13. Nice. Seems strange. Unless they're gonna bring everything back. So the speaker's super active. And they just win here, don't they? Yeah. Very nice. Cry. Our opponent goes first. We should be okay. even though we lost last match, it did feel better with the land that we had, right? It wasn't just a flood out. I guess we even could have pushed our Sentinel out there. It wouldn't have mattered. It just converts to being the same thing, but with a creature on the field. Apparition takes the goose. No. Okay, the Devourer. Lovely. No, we can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. So let's let them use their field wipe instead. Probably just place apparition after apparition after apparition. 4 of them in the top 10 cards of their deck. Vanishing Light takes our second Devourer. Going to our attack phase here. They opt. That's fine. If we can take their apparition out, recast it on their Banishing Light, that's going to be our best bet here. Of course, we do need the Necro to survive this turn. That means... No. They just give us the token, right? It's the better thing to do. We still have a good position if this wasn't a Doomscar. It's a little tapathon, right? It's like dominoes. So we just get a 4-4 out of the deal. And our 3-3, so... They do have to deal with us a little bit further, and we've got the graveyard for Polukranos right away. Hit for 7, down to 9. They're in shark territory now, though, so there's not much we can do. So this is not being cast, which is good. So they're gonna take a token out, I guess. They take the 4/4 out. Okay. Let's grab a life. The other one can stay as mana. Yeah, we don't have enough. We're only sitting on 5. This is 6. This costs 7. We can foretell it, though, for later. Let me pass our turn. Could you imagine if you could foretell your cards with Escape? Just keep it in exile, but turn it face down. Main face Charger. Let's trade a food token. I guess we should have done our Raider first. We need Sarulf's counters to stack. Alright. We should have definitely Vorinclex. And then that Saga would have been useless. They're tapped. We hit. They have to block with their shark or they're in risky territory. Down to 3. Alright, we get them down to 8 instead. Shark's gone, which is good for our life. Holding Multiverse, another shark. Elspeth is shut down. Philippa with the raid on our Twitch while recording YouTube videos. Interrupting workflow. Thank you so much, girl. Hope you had a great day, good stream, and won all your games and didn't flood at all. We're struggling today here. So I don't think they're going to exile any of their creatures. Right? That gives us basically lethal. So that seems silly to me. Let's see how this plays out, though. Iroan gets bounced, because then they want to, you know, Banishing Light the Monstrous Raider. They have 8, 9, 10, 11 defense, and that results in the exile of our Vorinclex. We could grab 6 counters, right? We're up to a 12-12. So we would really only hit for 4, 5, 6, 7 on the side. Or do we wait? I don't think we can wait. Oh. We might have just lost lethal. I should have foretold this and attacked with the Dream Devourer as well. If we miss by 2 damage... Not quite. We would have been closer, though, still. And then Elspeth is going to start retriggering. So we definitely just missed out on 2 damage. Neither of these trigger. The Banishing Light does. The Elspeth already fizzled. Really, they don't take Vorinclex. They must have something else for it, then. Right? Why wouldn't they... They've got more bounce going on. Opt for sharks. Birth of Meletis, that's okay. More sharks. 3 mana only left. I think we might be okay. Could be Petty Theft. We're going to replay it. Alright, we're taking the draw if it stays in the field. Good game. Woo! Beating a Yorion deck? Yes, absolutely. That's a nice match. 4 lands. Raider in hand. No ramp. Nothing till turn 3. But at which point we kind of pop off, so... It is a Yorion deck, so it's going to be a long game, I feel like. Yorion needs to be banned. Change my mind. If there was one card that needs to go, it's it. It's this one right here. My gosh. Go back to Pokemon, Yorion. Alright, the Goose is, you know, at least something. We could even go straight to Garruk, but I'll probably just save that for Vorinclex on turn 5. Right? Because we can Garruk turn 4 and then Vorinclex. Well, actually, we won't Garruk until after Vorinclex, I think. Oh, I love the Replicating Ring. That's a good card. No attacks. They're sitting on 5 mana. The Grakmaw detours them from a wipe. Two mana. Lots of things it could be. Counterspell, bounce spell. Another birth. They have the ring as well, so it's really 3 mana. I don't want to throw away Garruk into a counterspell, so the Iroan games can go out first. Yorion came from the Pokemon set, though. You're right. You're absolutely right. Ikoria was the Pokemon set, wasn't it? Absolutely. No way. That's interesting. One way to spend your mana. Huh. So we know they've got those bounce spells handy. 5 cards in hand. Plus God himself. Right? That's why he's in the clouds, baby. Up above, ye mortals, I shall soar. Oh, Nico Ares is hot. I like Nico. But they're tapped out, which is great news for us, because you know whose turn it is? But what if they had a wipe spell? Screw it. It's not gonna plus on us. Maybe it would. Let's just get rid of it. Replication Ring stops its counters. Birth of Meletis stops its counters. Let's see how this turns out for us here. Raven form. Nice. Good play. Good play. Let's attack with our goose. Flexin'. A little itty bitty hit. You know, we're still suspect for a field wipe here. Yeah, there it is. So we get the 3/3 or something.
In the morning. Out of our way.
Alright, let's see if they have another. They have plenty of cards in hand, so I don't doubt it. That would kind of hose us, but we'll do our best. ECD on Garruk. That's not that bad. They have a Nico to bring back. Oh my gosh, that Henge might actually win us the game. Nice. Can we top deck a Vorinclex? What do you guys think? No way. Whoops, that's not supposed to go into Fortel, that's supposed to go into the field! Hashtag heartbreaking. Oh well. I think we're still close to lethal. They're tapped. Basically. Let's see if we get it. Hit for 9. Oh no, sorry. 11. We do get it though, and the deck is holding up really well against Yorion decks of all things, which is a good sign, I think. Our opponent goes first, of course. Top end looks sick. Front end looks not bad. I'll probably use that Goose mana right away for the games. Right, because they definitely have removal, so let's just make a move right away. Valkyrie in play. It's a good hit. Keeps them down from 27. Pass our turn, we can make a food. So we used the food once, we're going to use it again, which is nice. Alright, they nuke our token, so we don't get the draw. That's their turn, though. They attack for 2. So we're playing for 5 here. I want to play Liliana after the Raider. We get the gold token as well, which is really good for us. So we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 available mana to us. Maybe we get down the henge first, though, in case there's removal. Right? Is that smart? Because you know there's more removal there. Let's just sink our mana in. You know, the henge provides that mana that we were using from the goose earlier. So we're in. You know, we're ready to put tokens on stuff again, which they don't want to happen. 3 Valkyries? Are you serious? Wow. What in the hell? Yeah, they just have lethal. If they gain any life. Wow. Getting beat by your own deck. This is the deck I did on day 1. Abzan Angels. They really got a good draw, though. That's so silly. Check this deck out if you want. It's on my channel. I wish we could eat food for 1 and then gain 5 from it. It'd have to be 6. Oh my gosh. We go first. The land is not pretty, but it's there. Not pretty, but it's there. We'll let the draw fix it. Iroan Games is a good drop here. 4 available mana. Warrior Tribal. Could be human. I think this should be okay to go through. We can maybe even just chump block with the second 1/1 here. Let's end our turn. I want to block with this 1/1. Interesting. That can be equipped too. Vigilance, hey? I don't want to tap it either. We can block with the token, that means. Or do we just race them? Force the discard? An Intimidator. Nice. War Leader's good. Another Hollow Blades is good too. Again, another discard comes here though. Really? What's that last card? It must be Embercleave, right? Oh, they just bring it back to their hand with the sword. They do have to re-equip that though. We get the nice draw. It's the play. Vorinclex is in. We could go up to 2 mana, but that's worthless. I think. So they could double block, discard 1. It's a decent hit. It's not quite lethal. We kill the War Leader. They let them both die. Interesting. Hollow Blade in play. Only one card left in hand. Oh, never mind. Full hand, baby. Woo! Oh, that card's busted. But, you know, we're going in big here. And, like, this deck feels so good. Our opponent goes first. We have all three parts of our combo. Just looking for some land. Nice. We do need, well, I guess this can tap for the second forest. Sentinel's not worth taking out. It's a super basic card. Daxos in play. So we can actually, tap this for mana if we wanted, but we don't have anything to play. Alright, 3-drop. What is it gonna be? Oh man, nice. That's not good. They get the turn just to do what they want, but we have to give it to them here. Nice. Playing defensively. We need to get this Garruk in. Luris does nothing. Alright. That's fine. I mean, I think we still die, but... And we'd have to tap our Vorinclex as well to do it. Ah, shoot. I don't think we've got anything in our library to kill all these. Sarulf. At the beginning of your upkeep, so that wouldn't work. Could put up a massive wall, but they just go around us. There's literally nothing we can do here. That Daxos is messing us up, man. So they can't cast that this turn. They could give that life gain, though, and they'll get us next turn. Vorinclex shuts that down. And it's like, Daxos is annoying. We don't have the mana to do it. Pass our turn. One more. We need another turn. They can replay all that glitters with the grave with Lurrus as well. So Alced saves Lurrus. So now we're actually in trouble. They're just going to be able to give it protection, though, if we tap this white source. So bad! It's so bad! We've had our back against the walls this entire time. It just goes to show you how much of a pain Vorinclex is. Yeah, yikes. Maybe they have another Lurrus? I don't know. They have a ton of life. This double draw is going to be really good. The land is nice. We need a black creature in play.
No matter the plain, the woods are my home. You hear that?
Necromancer's up.
All of the wild.
Deep breaths. Deep breaths. Selfless Savior is good. We gain access to the Savior now. Oh, are you serious? Nice. Oh, we were just pulling it around. We were just starting to stabilize. We had that in another turn. That Doomscar saved them so hard. That was a good match. Alright, so this hand is kind of silly, but we'll take it. This is our last match of the day. I had fun with this deck. You know, I think it's going to be one of those things that we continue to build and fine-tune. This is going to be version 1.0. You know, Sarulf the Realm Eater. Wolf. You know what I mean? This is my boy. We're going to really build around this card a lot this set, I think. We can play the Battle Mammoth next turn. That's going to be pretty good for us. I'm sensing removal, though. Whoops. And turn. Yeah, this exiles each non-land permanent, which is really nice. The Shepherd is good, so they're not going to get exiled. I think we take that priority. No reach, I guess. That's fine, though. We could have kept Vorinclex, I guess. Comes back into play. It hurts. It hurts. It hurts. And we have to re-discard here? Straight bully. That's really good. Right, that's really good. Nice combo, bro. No way. That's crazy. Right, we have to gain as much life as we can. Top deck creatures. Creatures for this henge. So this would be a really good shell for Terragrid, Demon's Disciple, and Elderfang. Let's remember that. Okay, it's looking good unless they have removal. +1s go on the Mammoth for trample. We have the 1/1 to sacrifice. The sacrifice does a great job at playing around us and the Battle Mammoth. Another tome in play, that's good. Hit for 4 down to 9. We have 6, 7, 8 mana. If only we had one more. Are you serious? Plays around our Battle Mammoth perfectly. That's savage AF. We're getting clowned out here. We have nothing to discard. They have to get rid of Polukranos here. If not, we draw 4 cards. 3 in hand. They scry here. 5 available mana. Hit for 5. Down to 6. Village Rites? Yeah. I knew it. Not good. Another land in play, and now here comes the removal. Nice. That's really good. We lose out on our draw. Interesting. End our turn. Probably another Soul Shatter. Make me cry. Are you serious? Okay, we've got a little removal as well. Big money. Nice, another creature. That's great. And Vorinclex is in play. It's great! Let's toss the goose in as well. Sack our golden medal. And that's lethal, thanks to the henge. Good game. Nice. All right, what did we think? A couple tough matchups, but overall, I had a lot of fun. I think we can still continue to dial this deck in. We may need something like Gem Razor could go in here, right? For the Goose, for the Sentinel, even for the Devourer. And then we're taking care of, you know, Scalds and stuff like this. So I think that the deck is showing a lot of potential, and we're going to continue to dial it in. What changes would you guys like to see? What should I include? What should I take out? Let me know in the comments below, of course, as always. Support financially if you can afford to on Twitch, Patreon, YouTube, and our Amazon link. Liking the videos, subscribing to the channel, sharing it to your friends via word of mouth or in the chats. Talk about me on Reddit, you know, just really help the channel grow if you cannot afford to support financially and you enjoy the content. You know, big woofs to everybody still here. I do have a pinned comment below the video that has my woof with a line through it. Reply to this specific comment with your own woof, any style. And, you know, that is the Woof Gang. And I like to kind of take a temperature and start to memorize these names of the people who are always partaking with me full length and really supporting. So when I do become able to give back, I can. So, big woofs. This was Golgari, Monstrous Dreams, Dream Devourer, Vorinclex, Ramp. Let me know. Thanks again. Take care. And we'll see you in a few seconds within the next video.